Hey y'all, I'm at a beach shack right now, so staying all cozy and warm and getting the good vibes. But I have some information coming through that I really want to communicate to you today, and it's about judgment and self-forgiveness. This comes up more often than anything in the conversations I have with my clients and my students. People come to meditation, people come to me as a coach because they are struggling to forgive themselves and be at peace within themselves. And they are also struggling with the fact that they find themselves being very judgmental towards themselves or towards others. And they feel that they are suffering because of these things, a lack of self-forgiveness of self and others, and the strong presence of judgment and self-judgment. So here's the thing about self-forgiveness. And I really want to say this in a way that it makes sense. So imagine that you've done something that you regret and that you feel shame for and you feel guilty about, and you're having a really hard time letting that thing go and forgiving yourself for making that mistake or doing something bad or wrong and judging and blaming yourself for that. Let's start with the fact that the reason you feel that you've done something bad or wrong is because somewhere along the line you were told this is good and this is bad. And the truth is that you are a good person. And because you're a good person and you received those messages, you said, okay, this is good, this is bad. That means I need to do this and I can't do that. And it's very black and white. And so then when you do something that's bad over here, you take it in as part of your personality and a belief system that you are bad and you are no longer good, right? And now you're stuck because you feel like you're not allowed to come back over here and really rest in your goodness because you've done something bad and you don't know how to let go of this thing over here that you've done that's bad. And that's basically what lack of forgiveness is for self and forgiveness is for other. It's that like, I'm good, I did something bad, and now I'm bad, and you don't know how to get back to the good. So the truth is you are always good. That's why you took in the messaging of good and bad and want to make sure that you're always good. And you don't know how to reconcile having done something bad with the fact that you're good. And really all that is at some point you made an agreement with yourself and you took in the belief that you are bad. And now you're not good anymore and you can't go back to it. And the way to heal it is to go back to that moment when you made that agreement that you are bad and make a new agreement. I am good. So you lived out this thing that you did that you regret and that you can't forgive yourself for because somehow you needed to have that experience as a soul, a spirit living in this human body. It needed to have that experience. And you don't even need to know why you needed to have that experience, but you needed to have that experience of going down this path over here, right? So you've already had that experience. Whatever you needed to gain from it or learn from it, whatever needed to happen from that experience has happened and it's over. So that timeline has already been lived. And to stay on that timeline and not forgive yourself, to stay on that timeline and stay stuck in that secret and that dark thing is really to have you off path. And it's a way of hiding from really fully living from yourself and fully living your life. It's kind of a way to hide because that timeline is complete. You did that thing. Your soul had that experience. Now it's time to move on. So coming back to that, coming back to yourself, coming back to the truth that you've always been good, you will always be good. You needed to have this experience over here that you had, this thing, and now it's over and you don't have to live with it anymore. That's complete. And you get to step back into, here I am, I'm still good. I'm taking whatever I needed from that and moving forward, right? So I hope that makes sense to you. It's kind of more like it's an unhooking of a belief system from who you truly are. So like imagine like, a fish getting hooked in the mouth and now it's like a drag on who you are and on your goodness. It's a drag on the truth and it's a drag from keeping you going forward. Or you can imagine, trains trains hooked up to each other, like all the cars on a train. And this belief system that you're bad, or you can't forgive yourself, or it's not forgivable, that's just a belief system that you are hooked to, and you just got to unhook it and let that go and just come back to this moment. I'm here with my bandmates at this cabin, and we were talking about this very thing, and Jamie and Karen, but Jamie was saying, like, it's almost like the moment you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this bad thing, like as if that's the moment, right? And you go and you have that experience. And some of what you just need to do is come back to that moment when you made that agreement that you're bad and make a new agreement. So visualizing yourself back in that time, like, when did you decide that you can't be forgiven? When did you decide that you're no longer good? That moment, go back to it in your mind, make a different agreement, take yourself back, take your life back, and stop living this dead timeline, right? Stop living within this dead timeline, within this thing that is dead and needs to go, and using it as a way to not fully live your life. Okay, there's so much more to say about it, but I just wanted to share this here now, because I know so many of you, so many of us struggle with not being able to forgive ourselves, having regret, living with blame, self-blame, victimhood, and also that turns into like judgment towards others and judgment towards ourselves, and it's just a really miserable place to be. And also, here's another thing when it comes to like, when you can't forgive yourself, in a lot of ways, you're playing the victim, and that becomes a burden to the people around you, right? So for you to step back into your goodness, to stop living in an old, dead, tired timeline of something that's already happened, that's a drag on everybody when it's a drag on you. And it actually, when it's not you actually fully living from yourself, from your purpose, from your life, from your power, from your truth, which is that you are good, you just become sort of a liability to the people around you. Like, they have to take care of you and be responsible for you in some way. Does that make sense? Anyway, we can talk more about it later. Let me know if you have questions, like, or leave a comment, or reach out, or whatever, and let me know how this landed for you. I'm Jessica Amos. I'm a truth teller, a life coach, the founder of Stay With Yourself, which is the practice of being who you are, where you are. I lead meditation and mindfulness classes online. I do one-on-one coaching. If you want help with this stuff, this is like the stuff. This is deep, deep inner work. It's so effing important that we get ourselves like unstuck from this dead weight that we carry around with us, right? I know you want that. I want that. We all want that. Okay, sending you so much love today. Maybe I'll show you the cabin a little bit. Do you want to see the cabin? So this is like the nice bedroom. And then we're going to go out here. I'm doing a little tour, you guys, to the public. It's not live. Anyway, this is the stove. This is like, it's a true beach shack. We got music going. Some cooking going on in the kitchen. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.